Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Do you remember the old TV show called Mork and Mindy? In his breakout role, Robin Williams played Mork, the Orkin who arrived on Earth via an interplanetary egg. The primary thing I remember about the show was the way each episode ended. It ended with Mork sitting on the couch repeating, like a mantra, Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Then we'd zoom quickly into his mind, where Mork is decked out in his red and silver space gear, standing in a dark room, continuing his chant. Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. An offstage voice, presumably that of Orson, would then reply to Mork, and the two would have a conversation about the lessons that Mork had learned that week. I was a little girl when Mork and Mindy was on TV, and I longed for someone like Orson in my life. I prayed to God, and it felt good, but I longed for that deep, reciprocal relationship that Mork had with Orson. All these years later, I know that all I had to do, all anyone has to do, is ask, and they'll have their own personal Orson. Today, my loving, healthy relationship with my spirit guides, and thus with my highest self, is the most important thing in my life. I enjoy constant internal conversation with a force of good that knows me and the world intimately and rejoices in it all. Every morning I converse, in writing, with my guides. I open the dedicated digital journal where I keep our chats and type, "Good morning, beloveds," and then go from there. What I'm planning to do, my energy level, things I'd like to happen, things I'd like not to happen, etc. Then I quiet my mind as much as I can and wait for the replies to emerge. And they're not audible voices, but rather a deep knowing that starts to form, an analog photo in developing fluid. When the knowing comes, I start typing. It doesn't bother me when people say, "Leah, that's just part of your brain. It's just you talking to yourself." Because why should it matter, really? To me, it shouldn't, and it doesn't. When I asked my guides last month for a way to explain our relationship to people who may be skeptical or simply curious about conversing with their spirit guides, they instantly said, "Mork calling Orson." And I laughed out loud at the simplicity. It's the simplest thing in the world to call your spirit guides to your side, but it may not be the easiest. It can take courage to admit that the story you've told yourself your entire life, the one about being all alone, is wrong. But don't wait until you're ready, because this life might not last that long. It can be as easy as Mork calling Orson. Have no doubt that your guides, whatever that means to you, will hear you and come to you, if only you call.